Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Time Travelers. For those of you just tuning in, Time Travelers is Monster of the Week, where we do monstery things with time travel. It's very Lovecraft kind of based, and I'm really excited. Um, this is actually our third to last episode, I found out. So, ooh, um, shit's gonna hit the fan. So let's introduce our different Clark. Um, let's introduce our players. First off, let's actually start with Clark. You're kind of here to stay for the last episodes, aren't you? So
That is the plan. I'm going to do everything to make that work. So, hi,
yes.
I'm C.R. Rowanson. When you're talking to me as a human being, I just call me Clark. I am a developmental editor and write nonfiction, specifically focusing on magic systems for authors and other like game designers and TV show writers and all that kind of stuff. And I won't go into that because that's just hours and hours of yammering. You can find me at crrowanson.com. I also actually just recently started a YouTube channel which is even more all magic systems all the time. And I'll drop a link for that in the chat. So that's me.
That's
Oh, and
awesome.
I'm playing Vincent Herzog is the other important thing.
Yes, tell us a little bit more about Herzog.
uh, the way I'm thinking of Herzog is Giles from Buffy plus mad chemistry teacher. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Thank you very much. We're happy to have you again. All right.
Yes, thank you for inviting me back.
You are very welcome. Sam, let's have you next.
Hi, hello. My name is Samantha Owings. I am playing Christina, and Christina is a mom. She's also the mom friend of the group, so she keeps everyone out of trouble as much as she can. I am also personally a folk musician. I play harp, and I do fun Celtic music stuff. I'll be doing a Ren Fair circuit here around like Utah, Idaho area over summer. And you can find info for that on my website, mistressofmelody.com. The of is important.
Thank you so much, Sam. Feel free to drop your link to your website in chat if you haven't already. And next is Matt.
Hello, I'm Matt Hoadley, general content creator type person, and I play Jason Andrews, who's had a long day. It's just been a long day, and it keeps going, and eventually the whiskey's going to run out, and then it's going to be a bad day.
He's here for two things, which is to chew gum and kick ass, and he's almost all out of gum, you know?
I mean, I would say his two things are drink whiskey, annoy Owen.
Oh, okay.
And one of those is infinite. So
one of those is a universal constant.
I can annoy every Owen forever.
There's only one Owen aside from the clone, apparently. So, all right, let's go to Hannah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Hannah, part-time human occasional creative, and today I'll be playing Elizabeth, who is very much into magic, no matter what Owen says, and half of the Chaos Duo.
Well, to be fair, Owen has kind of gotten more lax with you. So.
Oh, he super has.
I feel like this is
he's a lot more open to it.
It's just the Owen spite party is really what this is.
The only one who doesn't.
He was like off to us at the beginning, and we never let it go ever. Christina's nice.
Yeah, Christina
thinks he's just lonely, like really, really lonely, and is just taking it out on you guys.
I mean,
That's
you're not
incorrect.
Wrong. Okay, give me 1 sec. I have to cough.
That cough.
Yep. Yay, allergies.
Cough of silence.
Yes, exactly. That's why the mute button exists. All right. So let's talk about what happened this past time. Oh, I should introduce myself too. For those who don't know me, I'm Rowan North. I'm a freelance illustrator and art educator. I do a bit of everything and then some. Pre-orders on my new watercolor set that I'm hand making ends this next week. So for those of you who want to try shiny duochrome, color shifty watercolors, please check that out. I'm really, really excited about this set. I think it's my best set yet. So yeah, I'll put my website in the chat. Yes, anyways, so what I was saying, where we're at. So you guys have been kind of trying to look into this mysterious woman that Jason, you saw in a dream from the memories that you took from the amalgamate at the school.
Right.
Um,
It's a weird cape lady.
Weird cape lady. So you've looked into different sources. You asked the old one in the void what he knows, and he basically said, "It's your job to find out."
Yeah, I flashed him an image of the cape lady, and he was like, "Yes, that's the one you're hunting for." I was
Correct.
like, "Oh, thank you, sir.
That's your
It-
job. You got this. You looked into a woman named Iris, and she has no idea what's going on.
Until you cliffhangered her the end of last session.
I'm so worried that's our fault.
Oh, it's definitely everything is our
No,
fault.
no. If it's
Go
not our
on.
fault, Rowan's the one who led us to her. It was all preordained.
Oh no, you don't get to blame the GM. It's always the PC's fault.
I have to for my own sanity.
Yes. So you looked into that. You went to the void. You got the creepy toy phone with the eyes. You know, that toy phone that kids have. Yeah, that was enjoyable.
Our beautiful, beautiful phone.
That can speak through the void. It's a creepy toy phone, and he got it legitimately just to bother Owen.
We
have
got it because we
another one
couldn't
on the
find any
way.
other phone. We got the second one to annoy Owen.
Yes.
Yes. And now you guys are going to look into the girl at the school. You think that the amalgamate may have devoured, replaced, whatever, see if there's any missing persons, anything like that.
Right.
So,
To do that, we got in touch with our good friend, the professor.
yes. So how does this go down? Like, do you guys talk
Jason's
to
the one
Herzog?
with his number.
Yeah, that's right. So Jason, do you just call him up or?
Text. I text him because I'm still like crashed out on the couch after.
What if
everything.
he's in class?
Yeah.
I don't actually know what
It
time
was
Text
it is
like
in
would
the
have been more
universe.
courteous then, actually.
Yeah.
this. I think when you guys got done with the voidy stuff, it was towards the afternoon, evening. So school, I'd say, is getting out if it isn't already like dinner time.
So Jason will text over to him still because Jason's not going to talk to anybody. He just learned he can fly and he's still got a pounding headache for like 3 months now. And it's just like, hey, Professor, couldn't you meet our team? We have some questions about Rachel.
Now, Herzog, Rachel, this girl, you have seen her in school maybe once since the incident. It's been a couple weeks, but she seems to have missed a lot. You're not like you've heard some rumors, I'd say, in the teachers' lounge about like after the weird fever dream that everyone had, which by the way has been covered up as kind of like a gas leak, that everyone was just poisoned by carbon monoxide. Some weird freak carbon monoxide poisoning incident.
I'm
That
sure
after
there's
that,
rumors of weed in the vents.
I don't. We
It's
No.
funny because it wouldn't work.
no.
That's why it is funny.
No, I think in 2030, I think who we said it is, they're a little bit more privy to that weed doesn't. LSD now, that could be something else entirely.
So is Rachel just a random kid at the school, or is there something
Yeah,
special about her?
Rachel was the girl that you walked by her desk and your sensor read as a 10. That she what ended up being the imposter, the amalgamate. And yeah, ever since that incident, you have seen Rachel once. And now there's rumors about her like having really bad mental health issues ever since the incident, but it's just rumors and speculation. You're not quite sure what's going on with her, but you know that she is still there.
Oh, I guess so. Herzog will text back. Just Jason, yes, we can meet up anytime. Just where? Don't try and send pin or whatever. Just address, please. And then addendum, dumb phone.
Jason's are we still at the lab then, I guess?
Yes.
Jason has reclaimed his spot on the couch, sprawled out, trying desperately to nap and just knowing that he's not going to be able to. And just kind of like waves his phone in the air, just like Herzog's totally down to meet with us. Where, when? Can it be burgers? Unless it's for breakfast.
I was about to suggest that perhaps, well, he works. So perhaps evening meal of going out to eat. I do trust Herzog not to, I say, share everything about this laboratory, but I would say that it's more appropriate to meet over dinner before showing one their secret lab.
Does Olive Garden still exist?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't
Yeah,
it
we're going to
exist?
Olive Garden.
Oh, heck yeah. OG.
Never ending breadsticks.
So are we thinking like tonight or tomorrow or
Ask.
yesterday?
We're not time traveling for a meeting.
I mean, I wouldn't put it
Because
past you.
Herzog can't. I mean, I suppose you could ask him where he went for dinner in the past week and then just
Yeah.
show up.
Have
We
you
just
been
all
to
showed
Olive
up.
Garden
So
in the
weird.
last 72 hours?
Have we showed up to any of your dinners in the last week or so?
No, I
Like, why
tend
are
to
you
miss
here?
my own dinners.
We texted you. It's fine. When? Like 2 days from now.
Look, this paradox is going to be resolved. Don't think about it. It's fine.
I don't see why we can't just go tonight. We're already
Mm,
all
yes,
here.
I suppose we can ask. I mean, I'm not going to assume Herzog's plans.
That's
If
like
not,
why-
then tomorrow is fine. But I suppose the earlier we figure out this clusterfuck, the better.
He said a swear.
There's something so nice about hearing Owen swear.
He's trying
It's
to be good
good.
with the kids.
He's doing great.
Jason's gonna text then again, just be like, "The OG near campus tonight?" Question mark. And then
OG.
another text. It's just like Olive Garden. Another text. Like an hour.
Well, like as you're putting in like Olive Garden, you'll see that Herzog is like starting to reply and just first is like, thank you. I was wondering the original what. So 1 hour should be good. And Jason, how is your head? It's gonna be the text back.
Jason's just gonna look at that and realize that it may be the first time someone's actually asked how he's doing in a while, and just go
Okay, in a
like,
while.
"Huh." And then like in like a big block text, just like, well, the whiskey really helps. It's really unfortunate that I can fly now, but it's kind of fun. The tentacles are a little weird, but we don't really talk about that. And just like goes. Basically, his last week of existence is just like, and I had to lie to my boss by going back in time and dealing with some idiots, and like I had threatened a kid and rebuilt his bike, and it was just
So,
a whole thing.
If it changes anything, he's gonna see that you're just like typing and typing and typing. Um, I don't know if it matters, but I have spoken with V.
Jason, like the typing stops for a
Just-
minute.
And just be like, in case you needed to know.
If anyone's looking at Jason on the couch, he just goes,
What you thinking?
Herzog is either cool and won't tattle on us, or he's too good and would be automatically reporting things.
You will
So-
get a follow-up like a couple minutes later. Just, are you still there? Maybe we can just discuss in person. Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. See you at dinner. And then, like, if
I
anyone's still
imagine
watching,
it's like a CU.
Because yeah, his thought, he's like, he's not uber conspiracy theory or whatever. He's like, well, I do work for a secret government agency now.
you know,
And yeah, I have a dumb phone, but like, who knows, right?
Well, it's also funny because with this being 2030, I imagine dumb phones are smartphones.
I
Or
feel
But
like you're always going to be able to get a Nokia brick. Like, pretty much, you can always just find
did
a
you
Nokia
know that
brick.
razors are coming
track phone.
back? The razor flip phones are coming back.
That's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
There's going to
coming
be a
back.
flip like iPhone thing. It's going to be amazing.
Oh,
But yeah, I
jeez.
imagine he just has like an iPhone 10 where he's like, just, you can't send me any of the fancy features or anything, just an address and I can navigate like that's.
Yeah, so it would whenever we're like crossing a parking lot next, if y'all notice it, like Jason like pulls a coin out and does a quick coin flip and just like, okay, to decide how much he's gonna trust her. So it's like
That's
it's a
the way
straight
to do
toss up,
it.
really. He's either just like too good to not tell the boss, or isn't gonna tattle on us because he's too good. Like it's
Just imagining like a flower, like he's a narc. He's cool. He's a narc. He's cool.
but like none of it like Jason's process, like none of it's negative. It's like Herzog's too good, period. Therefore, he will either not tell on us because he's too good, or will tell everything because he's too good.
Cinnamon roll, too pure, too good for
Man,
this
such
world.
internal flattery.
Yes. I'll be right back in a second. I guess
Jason just
are you
thinks he
gonna
knows what he-
Jason gonna discuss this with the others, or
Oh yeah.
please go ahead and do that. I'll be right back.
It's more that Jason just fully believes that he has a good read on Herzog, unlike 50% of the people in his life currently. Yeah, Chaos Twins, we got it. We're good. Okay, actually,
Elizabeth is here for chaos, so that's about it.
it's really more that like Owen exists, and Owen is confusing.
Also, if we're going to Olive Garden, does that mean we're a family now?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are the family.
Not even a pause. Christine, just yes, of course.
I mean, we already
You're
established
better
that
than my
Christina's
other
the mom.
family. Uh,
Maybe one day we'll even get to meet Cherry if it's safe.
hopefully.
Of all of us, I feel like Elizabeth is the only one who really has that chance.
I don't know. Maybe
She's
one of these
just a
days.
dummy.
Maybe one of these days, Christina's just like, fuck it. You want to meet some cool people?
You always ask where I'm
It's
going.
gonna be more interesting than whatever your dad is showing you right now.
Oh, that's how you win Christmas.
Want to see a dude who can summon void tentacles, and this other one just does magic.
What's
Wanna
that?
see
He's showing
some
you car
magic.
repair? Let's talk about interdimensional rift repair.
Hey,
Which of those is a more useful skill, do you think?
Well, car repair
Probably
is
car
what
repair.
got. Well, that's what got Cherry kidnapped in the first place.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
Christina
true.
stopped to fix someone's car, and then they kidnapped her kid.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Mm-mm.
Our government agency has no chill.
Oh, wow.
Am I wrong?
Good to know.
I've
Oh yeah,
returned.
you might not know that. We'll have to fill you in over dinner.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
we can
there's
tell him.
They sent the Joneses to watch over us.
Aw.
Freaking Joneses.
Excellent. All right. So unless you guys have anything else to do, I guess it's time to head to Olive Garden.
We get like a
Wait,
secluded Olive Garden table.
Like,
yeah,
off in the
one in
corner.
the dark corner, one with like the one lamp above. So it's
do the
like
smoking sections still exist? Because I imagine that's like the little area that like
Oh.
nobody is in.
Oh, there
I
we
highly
go.
doubt it. I highly doubt that there's
Yeah.
a smoking section.
I've never seen one in today's time.
No, but granted, we live in Utah.
Yeah.
Even in Oregon, back when I was there.
We
Yeah,
don't
just
have
in
that
the
in
US
Canada
in general.
either.
But
No,
that's a whole
it's a
other
weed
thing.
section now. No kidding.
Ugh.
Welcome to Olive Garden.
Recreational
What you
corner.
Vaping or
smoking?
non?
Oh, I can't stand any of those smells.
It's pretty bad, yeah. Sam's too amused by this. Okay. All right. So regardless, Owen kind of requests a table like that, actually. He actually, when the plan is made to go to Olive Garden, he like reserves like a kind of
Can you make
Freaking course he
reservations at
makes a
Olive Garden?
reservation.
yeah, he's like
So
well,
when you say he reserves it, do you mean he reserves like Olive
Oh.
The
Garden?
Olive Garden?
no, he doesn't have that much money. He
Okay.
spends all his money on equipment. What? Yeah,
Just
He's just a university professor.
I mean, professors do make money, but he spends
Yeah.
it all on time travel equipment and
Yeah,
tools.
but he can take like $200
Windex.
and go back 200 years and just deposit in Wells Fargo. Anyway.
Hey,
Yes,
you,
but it
you're
has
right.
to be money. Well, actually, and according to Owen, it has to be money from that specific time period. So you actually
could
have to
just take
go to.
gold. Anyway, sorry,
It has
I'm
to
not
be
trying to
gold
break the
from
rules.
that particular time period. Otherwise, you have a time anomaly.
We still haven't figured
From
out alchemy.
anachronistic.
Owen is a
No.
little more upright than I would have expected. I would have expected him to be a lot
Oh.
more pawn shop heavy, but anyway.
No.
He's a very straight-laced kind of dude.
Fortunately.
Fortunately, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Okay. One of those. But he's probably saving you from a world of hurt. Regardless, so yeah, he does kind of rent out one of those like party rooms. And he's like, if we're discussing time travel, shenanigans, secret government, whatever, children at a school as adults,
Especially that last one.
yes, that yes, I would assume that would go poorly. So yes. Party room it is. So yeah, that's it. You guys get your own room, and granted there yeah, that there's not a lot of you, and it's kind of really funny. I'm imagining like the Golden Corral party rooms. I've never been in a party room at Olive Garden where it's rather big and it's just you guys.
I didn't even know Olive Garden had party rooms.
I don't know if they do, but let's
They
for
do
the
in
sake of this,
2030.
I guess so.
2030.
So
Is the
he
laser
would
tag
be a little
attached?
late, but not too
No.
much. When Herzog will show up and he'll come bustling in with his big green hiking backpack. And unless there were things you guys needed to do in the meantime, he'll show up
No.
about 10-15 minutes late.
Owen checks his pocket watch and he's like, was the backpack really necessary?
Oh, always. Entschuldigung, I was in the middle of some research. Not important. It's very good to see all of you. And
Hi, Professor!
I don't believe I have met you. And he'll kind of bustle over to Christine, the backpack sort of swaying.
Yeah, just
Hello.
like casually shakes his hand. She's like, "Yeah, I gotta stay in the car last time."
You was the one on the radio afterwards. Good.
Yeah, she didn't have to go through second puberty.
Well, on the downside, that means you didn't get to partake in my class either. So
It was a good class.
It
I'm gonna be
was
honest, I
time.
hated school. I don't want to go back. I'm sure you're a good guy though.
give me 15 minutes to talk with you about chemistry. But another time. So
Actually, Owen pauses. It's like, if the government is truly keeping an eye on your daughter, Christina, perhaps, this is the kind of person you would speak to about private tutoring without having any concerns about her weirdness.
I only get her every other weekend. I'm not really in control of that.
Ah, well, I am just throwing that out there.
Oh yeah, important note. Herzog, our agency kidnapped her daughter.
At one point, yeah.
Yeah. Just heads up.
Oh,
They're
You do
all
stuff like that.
Looks at Jason. She's like, "It's with you?"
just warning him that the thing I got him roped into is probably bad, actually.
It's the
Mm.
government. Of course it's bad. One way or another.
Says the
Uh-huh.
universal constant.
oh.
Yes.
I will have to think about this. But Jason, how is your head? Last time.
Jason just makes eye contact with him, reaches like off screen, comes back with a bottle of wine, just bonk. Pretty good.
I don't even remember us ordering that wine.
Nope, I
Yeah.
took it off of a wall. Like I took it off of the wall and just donk.
Maybe
Reach
we can
through
talk
a
about that later.
reaches through a time rift.
I did not take that advance. I could take the pocket dimension that I can just grab whatever I need out of. That's my next one,
That's
but I
a
haven't
thing.
taken it yet.
We
I have
love
been
the pocket
thinking and
dimension.
experimenting, and I do think I may have at least a temporary solution to help with some of the pain, but we can talk about that later. What is it? What did you want to talk about?
Rachel, right? Was that her name?
Yeah,
Was that her name?
that was the girl at the school who then became an amalgamate who tried to eat our brains.
I'm fairly certain that was her name, but then again,
If it wasn't, it is now.
it could be some
knows?
sort of Mandela effect nonsense with it being like a pocket timeline that we somehow were roped into dream state. Regardless, I'm
Actually,
certain you
Owen,
know who we're talking about.
I did have a question though. Is it possible to go back and actually change some of those things in the timeline, or is that not like?
Yes and no. It depends on what specifically you are talking about. While the timeline it has the capacity to heal a lot of things, there are important. There are important things that you rather shouldn't touch. Otherwise, we get rifts in reality. That's what we call a time anomaly. And time itself breaks, causing more rifts where these things can seep through. And
So if the
eventually, it could
girl's
kill the
name-
timeline as well.
So if the girl's name did change, that could just be like a scar on the timeline or something like that.
It could be a healing wound. It's not a big deal.
Anyway, Rachel, yes.
Last GM notes effect. Fuck you, Raven.
So it turns out that there's a lady in stilettos and a hooded cloak going around to dead timelines, encouraging amalgamates to like revolt. And that's where Rachel came from.
Has
so we
her
were wondering-
sons- Go ahead.
We were wondering if if the amalgamate Rachel from the dead timeline came and ate the Rachel of this timeline there and replacing her. Did I get that all that right?
Yeah.
No, you got that rather well.
Yay!
I would say that you're learning.
I'm learning. Gold Star Gushers.
Gold
Has-
Star Gushers, yes. We will
Throws her
worry about
some
that
out of her
later.
purse.
Oh, well, never mind. That's
Has
rather useful. I
Herzog
should have
stumbled
treats for
across the,
Elizabeth
like-
as well.
The cloaked lady at all?
No,
No? Okay.
no.
Well, that actually makes me feel a bit better because I have seen Rachel since the incident, and I was a bit worried. I was like, well, we kind of pushed her out. Why is she still here? But that would explain a few things. What is it you need to know? I don't even know if she's been in any of his classes. Like,
She
try
was
and get some
once.
general information.
She was there once, but she probably left like right away, so you didn't get a chance to talk to her. But she really hasn't been in school much. It's been like 2 weeks. What you've heard is that just health issues after the carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yes, you're calling it a gas attack. Ah,
Yes, I have those after I eat chili, but what does that have to do with anything?
TMI.
So, like, I wonder if we could scan her with one of ours or your fancy sensor things, see if she's still time fucky.
I could see if I could try and find her. I don't know what access I would be able to get to the records, but we could try.
I mean, Owen, do you have like a special computer hacky toy that he can just like plug in and then we get it? That's in shows.
Computer hacky toy.
Not the one in the back of the van.
Oh, if we're not worried about breaking any rules or laws, then it is easy. Yes.
I mean, technically, both you and Jason work for the government, so
And I believe the password is just admin. So
of course it is. But yes, anyone in the government is typically above the rules, are they not?
No.
that is not how I am aware of it working either. No.
You've been
regardless.
watching too many spy movies?
No comment.
But yes, after dinner, I can go back to the school and I can pull up Rachel's information, maybe find out where she lives. That shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Very
Radical.
well. That I believe that would be a good idea. We also have our own, I suppose, things to check for time anomalies and things like that. And it's true, I didn't see anything about missing persons on Rachel. I did do a cursory glance, but I didn't know any other details besides that she apparently is not missing, or at least wasn't reported missing. It could, but I thought that it's entirely possible that she could have just been erased from everyone's consciousness entirely.
I didn't know if she was just fabricated completely, you know.
No, she's a person, and weird cloak lady promised her a new life, but left out some details. So
that makes some good sense. So
And I cannot stress this enough. It is a revolution. And we're a little concerned.
The amalgamate
Revolution as in a
revolution, and
revolt?
certainly that's what the sound is. And the sound, what it sounds like. Yes, that's the phrase I was looking for.
oh dear.
I know.
Wait, did we tell Professor Herzog about the void?
I mean,
dude.
Well, probably not the void dude. He's learned stuff about the void. He knows it exists, knows bits about how it works and the veil between it and reality and all that. But if there's like specific things you've interacted with, he probably doesn't know that. Because you guys were together as yourselves, like what, all of 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yes, the
And we
void.
just showed up, punched Amalgamate, and then we're like, bye.
Are you talking about Sleipnir or something else?
yeah, the
Oh.
asshole.
I was talking about Jason's other boss.
Oh,
Void
Well-
Daddy?
Void Daddy, yes.
Void Daddy.
I was trying to avoid calling him Void Daddy in front of Herzog, who is just That being the
just
first
adds
reference to him.
that definitely
Please
adds kind of
explain.
an oddly sexual connotation to his existence. But
I don't. It doesn't feel incorrect though. I'll fill you in later.
what?
Okay.
Don't ask questions.
Gotta get his
We-
powers from somewhere. I mean,
That's true. I mean, Herzog wouldn't really have any other questions. He would just be catching up, sharing a
Ah.
bit.
Should we add him to our group chat?
Which
Ah.
one?
Or is that a bad idea?
Wait, which one? Oh, that's right. You have that one that I'm not involved with.
No, we
That
don't.
you
Don't
like-
worry about it.
That you tend to stare at your phones all at the same time and then smile and laugh a little amongst yourselves and then keep looking at me like it's some sort of that I'm the blunt end of some odd sick joke. Yes, that's a whole thing.
I don't know.
Hey, unrelated to anything that we're talking about right now, the second phone's going to show up tomorrow.
Oh,
Ooh.
good. Oh, good.
Second,
Excellent.
Oh, we made a ghost phone, and it really
We
annoys
made an
Owen, so we bought a second.
interdimensional phone.
I have a photo. Christina like pulls it up on her like little outdated phone and like shows them the like
Is it still like
disgustingly
bleeding
creepy,
black?
like-
so Rowan, what are the chances that Herzog would have done the same thing in his own time?
Oh boy.
Would he have? That's up to you, or at least done something similar. This one was very magical in origin, but
Okay, I feel like he would have done some very weird science stuff.
okay. How about let's have you roll some weird science rolls to see how successful you were. in
Okie doke.
that.
Can we all chat through our weird magic science cursed phones?
Oh, I hope so.
Oh my goodness.
That way we don't have to worry about the
Good
government
Lord.
overhearing us.
Man, I should have done Monster of the Week years ago.
And Kathy rolls. Oh my god.
You are
No, it
so
works.
successful.
I'm not kidding. I played D&D on here, and
Now-
80% of my rules are 10 and under. But
Oof.
here, 10 is a good number here.
Now, Clark, now here's the question. Now you get to kind of have it however the hell you want. Why in the world did you want to make an interdimensional phone?
I think it is probably actually the phone he has with him that is a phone / like listening device, like bug. So he can sort of like dial up other phones and just listen.
Ooh, that's sneaky.
And he's
Ooh.
been using that to try and get information from various places.
Okay, interesting.
Maybe even
And
trying to listen to things in
that's-
the void, which might have been one of the more dangerous experiments that he did.
Go
but-
ahead and roll weird for that one.
Dangerous for your sanity, yes.
Weird science or
Just weird.
Okay,
Straight up
good.
weird.
Let me remember how to do that. Here we go.
Damn, you are on it today.
No, you did. You did not take sanity damage from it. Thank God. No, listening to the void. Maybe you've managed to like put a sensor in one of these rifts. But what you find is the void is silent. There's only been one time that you or whatever sensors you have that's connected to the void caught something, and it's like the oddest whale call.
I was
Like
thinking
a-
whale call.
Yeah,
Yes.
like horrifying, messed up, clicking whale call. And no, that definitely shook you, but you didn't take sanity from it.
Okay.
That's all you've ever heard from the void.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you mention your magic phone, it's like, oh, I also have one of those. So let me get you the number actually, and he'll just write it down and slide it across the table.
Oh boy. I still have our phone because I didn't
Yeah.
take it off. I still just have it. So I'm just gonna like pull our phone out and just put it on the table. And
Do
it's
we
a
have a
toy.
number?
no. But I do pick up the number and I pick up the receiver and I just say the number into the receiver.
Wait, do they have a
Does it
rotary
work?
dial?
It does.
It does have a rotary dial on it.
Oh, weird.
It does?
It's a
Yeah.
rotary phone.
Yeah, the creepy. Let's see if I can pull up a photo of what the hell was that toy even called? Like toy.
Probably like
Phone.
Mr. Phone
Fisher
or something
Price.
like that.
It's definitely Fisher Price.
It's horrifying, is what it is.
I got you.
It's precious.
I hate it so much. IRL. I'm serious, guys.
You guys
Especially-
on cereal.
Just like especially the older ones. Like the one I'm looking at is 1961.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I have played with one of yes. So so I'm gonna just like
They made
There
them
aren't-
smoother and a little bit less terrifying later on.
Yeah.
so I'm going to just like have that on the table, look at the number, and just start dialing on the circular phone and be like, so you can have our number.
Oh, yes, that works.
What's the number that like pops up when he calls?
Yeah,
That is gonna be
'cause I'm really
hilarious.
curious to see what our number is.
I want it to be like
Okay,
like
now
one of those
just like
Jason.
demonic
static.
scripts.
Now, yeah, that's what I'm wondering is like, do you just put in 666, Jason? You know,
Oh no,
really
I
lean
do
into
I do
it.
whatever number Herzog passed to us.
So that
Yeah.
when we
dialing
call
his phone
him,
from ours.
our
and then I want to see what
number-
pops up on his caller ID.
Yeah.
yeah.
What number do you want it to be?
Oh no, it's got to be like burning runes or something like.
You know, it's Zalgo Zalgo.
Yeah, it's
Um,
Algo.
Okay.
You're like, how does this even register on my phone? Oh well.
Well,
Saving it.
Herzog doesn't question it. He's just like, no, the phone is good. Yes, save.
So
Um,
what was it in Soul Eater, the anime? They had a number that was Death's number, and it was because in Japanese it literally means death, death, die.
Oh, like 4.
It's like shinni, shinni,
It's
koro,
like
koro shinni. I have to look it up.
Shinni. So 4242.
42564. Oh no, it's shinni shinni goroshi. So for 4242 564. Let's do those last numbers as 666.
Excellent.
42666. What was the number for the universe, the answer to the universe and everything?
42.
42.
That makes it even better.
Oh yeah. hmm
You
This
get
is
answered
excellent.
twice, and then an answer you really didn't want.
Yes. Yes. So
Wonderful.
Okay.
so it's this really messed up numbers that you see, like different symbols and stuff. If you're not familiar with Zago, I will do that
Yeah.
really, really quickly.
I'm kind of interested to see if Herzog will just like show us and be like, this it?
I'd be like,
Actually, he
I
would be like,
guess.
this one?
I mean,
Yeah,
I guess we
seems
can
right.
like.
Okay.
Okay, I have it in chat.
Yeah.
I imagine it's like a little bit glowing somehow too. Just like
You're like, how is
No.
that?
No, it's a black. It's black beyond black.
Oh,
and
good.
It's just weird.
Oh, I
Feels
love
like
it.
The phone is a
Mildly
black screen,
tempted
and then the
to
numbers
add
are a slightly
that
darker
number.
black.
Christina's mildly tempted to add that number to the group chat.
I'm in.
But
Please
See if
yeah,
we
do.
can figure out how to
My
text
God.
on a rotary phone.
we
She
can
adds it to the one with Owen.
we can text the void daddy.
I'd rather we didn't.
It just always
Uh.
sends back pictures that are all like
She
rainy and
adds it.
horrible.
That's really all Herzog want to do. He would just otherwise he'd be asking Jason questions, trying to get caught up. I don't.
All right. So
Uh,
let's
phone
have
hands
ourselves
in
a
the
good
side.
meal. And then afterwards, why don't I go back with Herzog so I can catch him up and I can catch him up on what our agency does and does not know. So we're all on the same page together. And I do look all official and have badge. So if anyone gets weird about us being at school after hours, I can wave him down. And yeah, that makes sense, right? He looks at Christina for this clarification, like, that makes sense, right? This is correct.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
curbside
so long
just
as
be
you're not there
allowed-
at like weird hours.
It is weird hours.
We're going right after this.
But
So
I'm
okay,
often
as-
there
as
at
a-
weird hours, so if that helps.
No, it's not weird until it's like after 11.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fair. Yes. So as a child
still,
of a
Ah,
teacher,
yes. Anytime
They
after
can-
midnight is when people draw those weird satanic ritual circles in the school basement. Yes, I've.
the school is just locked.
I have a key. I'm
I
not sure
see.
if I'm supposed to, but I do.
I mean, if you have your special base in there, yeah, that makes sense.
If that's
If-
all right. I know
yeah,
I'm just
if you
making
have a
sure
tag.
they're
No,
right.
Oh,
I
whatever.
recall my mom having a key to the school at least. Yeah, she's a school teacher, so.
And again, like full Giles, he's like, yes, I have access. And all sorts of weird hours. People are used to me. So
Cool.
Especially if you have
say
your own
so.
lab there. Yeah.
Very well. Vincent, Jason, you can do that. Yes. In the meanwhile, Elizabeth, Christina, perhaps you can help me with other things in the lab in the meanwhile.
Aye, aye.
Sure.
I will get more breadsticks.
Oh, yeah, breadsticks.
We stopped by the liquor store on the way back.
Oh, yeah, alcohol.
Not for you. I know you're not.
Technically, for the U.S., Elizabeth is underage, I believe.
Yes. Barely though.
Yeah, I think I'm like
Or
20.
how old would she be now? She's technically like 67 or something, right?
No,
Technically,
I'd be,
Anyway,
you're making her
40.
think
I'd be 40.
see, it's fine.
this
That's
is fine.
fine.
It's like I would rather not have someone who, causes time anachronisms as a form of magic to be rip roaring drunk.
Elizabeth, if I give you alcohol, will you not do magic?
Is that
I
what
don't know
you're
if I
saying?
could do magic while drunk.
I'd rather not take those chances at all.
See?
That would be so interesting, though, wouldn't it? I mean, come on, imagine
No,
what could happen. We
If
could
there
win.
is a mess in my lab with my equipment, and if there's a mess that I have to clean up,
Okay, we'll just use your 4 bottles of Windex.
dear God,
That's enough,
So
right?
Elizabeth, maybe sometime you could come to my lab.
I never did get to see it. Okay.
uh,
Oh no, her song is just like
very well,
a
as long
total
as
enabler.
your equipment, as long as it's your equipment being ruined. Wait, what am I even saying? She is underage, and also, her magic can
Technically,
cause
she's
literal
40.
time problems. I do not even have the spoons to explain this to you, how this is a bad idea.
I'm legal in
Have you ever been
Canada.
drunk, Owen?
I
Bad
mean, yes,
idea?
of course. I don't
Maybe.
enjoy it.
But that is how science happens.
That is
I like this guy.
See?
when science can cause the end of the world, I would say that it is a problem.
You saying
You
I'm not
have
strong?
followed the history of science so far, yes?
Yes. Of course. I'm a time traveler.
That is
Tend
not new
to.
for science then, no?
Uh, my entire goal is to stop the end of the world,
Wait, is the world ending?
It could. It could very well be. Why do you think
Oh, right,
we
the
are trying
revolution.
to- Well, yes, that and anything to deal with time and time going awry leads us closer to being a dead timeline and being devoured by the void and the thing within it. So,
Herzog will
I'll
stop
keep
provoking
an
Owen.
eye on her.
Never, ever stop.
I no.
I mean, the only reason is like we could just make this take the length of a real dinner, as he's just.
Yeah.
Poke, poke, poke.
Ah, it types wrong.
No, I hate that. I hate that. No.
Seem to track with what we've learned.
I thought
No.
maybe it was a bit risque for saying it out loud, but it did
No.
make me laugh.
No.
Okay.
No.
Breadsticks.
How about them twerk cups? All right.
Obscene amounts of cheese.
Yes.
Scene.
Tell me when. Seriously, anytime now.
Nope.
Go
not
through the whole thing.
block.
Go get another one.
Yeah. You're gonna want 3 of those, and bring us another pitcher.
Maybe a margarita.
Oh my god.
That's what the pitcher's for.
Owen's like,
We're making our own margaritas.
Owen's like, I feel like this was a huge mistake. And that should probably wrap
It's
up
Olive
dinner.
Garden.
So here, we're going to do a bit of back and forth because there's going to be multiple things happening. First with Jason and Herzog, you going to the school, and then Christina and Elizabeth, there are things that are going to happen with you.
Oh.
So we were
Huzzah.
going to do kind of the popping back and forth thing. So Jason,
Hello.
you go back to school with Herzog. I guess what specifically are you telling him about the organization?
I'm going to be pretty straight up honest with Herzog. That best guess, they're up to some fishy business. What they did with Christina's daughter was not okay, and that's on my list of things to address if I'm given an opportunity, but probably not. They probably won't give me the opportunity. I shouldn't even know about it technically. So like I fill him in about that, fill him in. No, I'm straight up honest with him. I'm just like, I have constructed these elaborate lies that allow me to basically dodge a lot of their questions, but keep myself in the loop. This is what's going on with me. Please, God, don't tell them. And we're not the prime timeline. Sorry.
Or the alpha timeline?
Yeah.
Does that mean
We're not
part of
prime
the
time?
revolution? It's fine.
Something's coming, and we might be able to like extend the lifetime of our timeline. But we ain't it, Chief.
okay. Oh,
Oh, and Jason absolutely brought the wine bottle. You left the whiskey at the school.
that is a part where Herzog will be like, there's no weapons or drugs at the school.
Medication badge. And I left the grenade launcher back at Owen's lab. So
Well, and I don't necessarily follow. I just
you have to say
I just refer to my flamethrower as an impromptu chemical mixing device, and they're usually fine. So just come up with something like that, and it should be okay.
tentacles.
That will be a little harder. I have spoken with V. So I don't know what they know because they don't tell me. I have tried listening in with the phone. It works a little bit, but anyway. So when they asked, I simply said that you were quite capable and willing to use whatever tools you had available, including a weird eccentric German chemistry teacher, and I tried to leave it at that.
Dig it. All right. So I think we're good. We got our story straight. You said you had something about a painkiller.
Yes, I have a number of things that we could try. So we'll do that. Do you want to do that before? Or we should probably do that after we get the information, just in case, because I haven't had a chance to test these on somebody who actually needs it. So
yeah, let's do it after. We'll do it. We'll do it after. Yeah, that seems right.
cool.
So let's quickly go to Christina and Elizabeth. So you get to the lab, and when you're in the lab, there is kind of an alarm sort of blaring on the computer, like the screen's flashing, and he's like, "Oh dear!" And the paper, you know how it acts like a Richter scale, and it's doing that thing where the timeline is. It shows that there's an anomaly nearby. It shows that something's off, and sorry about the mic. So Owen, upon getting into the lab, says, "Oh dear," and goes to investigate it. He turns to you, Christina and Elizabeth, and says, "Well, bad news and good news. I suppose in that order. Bad news is, yes, there is an anomaly that is happening at this precise moment, or had happened. I suppose we're a little late to the game. Good news is it's there. It's only a few blocks from here. I don't know if that's actually good news, but
So we're going then, right?
Yeah. Okay.
yes.
What? How big is it? Like,
It's, well, I mean, I can tell that it's probably another amalgamate.
Is that something we want to do without Jason, or could we wait like 20 minutes and then just go back in time to
what
do
I
it?
am that's what I'm thinking is perhaps we can check out this scene, and then perhaps, do some scouting, see what the extent of the damage is, and then we can time travel or figure out what to do from there.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of reasonable.
So, if you would, Christina, would you message Jason and let him know what is going on?
Okay. Like pulls out her phone, sends a little text, just something along the lines of, "Hey, Owen's sending us on errands."
That's it.
And that's it. Time errands.
I love Christina's just constant disgruntled resignment to whatever is happening. It's amazing.
She's the kind of mom. Whatever, mom.
mom cop.
Mom cop.
Jason will just be like, "Do we need to hurry?"
We're time travelers.
Oh yeah. Did you want us to stop for something at the liquor store for you on the way back?
Yes,
stopped on the way
please,
back, didn't we?
heart.
Just gotcha. And she'll just
I think
If you
we
bring up
should
the alcohol,
introduce
Hertz-
Elizabeth. Smiley
ahead.
face.
Yeah,
I
Herzog.
think we should
is
introduce
Herzog
Elizabeth.
on-
Smiley face.
Is Herzog on the group text chat now?
absolutely.
Yeah, we would have
Yes.
added him.
Absolutely.
He's gonna
on
text
both.
back just saying, "Have any of you ever tried pure ethanol?"
Will I die?
Jason's just like, "My days have been bad, not that bad." long delay yet.
So yes, so
Where are
Owen
we
starts
headed?
packing things up. He says, "Oh, just a couple blocks from here." Luckily, it doesn't seem to be any student housing. Thank God. It's more of a townhome, more of the neighborhood side of things, which
I, Hannah, have a sinking feeling.
that's a noise, Sam. All right. Raven says, "Has Herzog had pure ethanol?" Because honestly, that might explain some things.
He's just a curious dude.
Oh
It's
my
not
God.
too much worse than a shot or two of Jaeger. So
I've had Everclear.
So good. Put it in a lemonade. Ugh.
Oh.
Uh,
Oof. All right. So let's go back to
turn.
Jason and Vincent.
Jason's just gonna be like, "Yeah, so hey, I hope you're ready for a crash course because we might be going on a trip when we go back.
Yes, really? Outstanding. I will grab some things. It will be great.
He's
I'm
so
going to need
excited.
the device and the one to measure, and I already have the phone. He's just going to be listing some things off.
Okay.
He's
Have
like,
you
I can
logged
swap
into the
this out for my
computer? Because
pack.
I'll dig for
I won't need
info if
that.
you want to go stock up.
You will get the information.
If you can log me in.
Oh yeah, sure.
Neat.
It actually, and we should all just stick by you and when we're ready because I need you to try the painkiller. See if that helps.
Right. Yes.
Voidy painkiller. I'm interested to see what this is.
Matt is concerned. Jason's just like, sweet.
I have concerns. So you guys log on to the computer to find Hannah's address. Not Hannah. Dear God. Rachel's address. I am so sorry, Hannah. Wow, my brain.
Don't find my
Fourth
address. I
wall.
live in Canada. You can't even come here right now.
Oh yeah. Don't remind me.
If someone named Owen walks on screen right now, I will lose my shit. But anyway,
It's like, yes, he's a Time Lord. Anyways, so you guys find her. She lives, I would say, within a few miles of the school, within the school jurisdiction. There's a decent amount of schools in this area, so it's not like you have to go very far to find where she is. But yeah, she does have an address, phone number. From what the records, like, I don't recall all that what school says, because I if I recall, it mostly just says like where her parents phone number, house phone, things like that, if
is
anyone
it
even has a house phone now.
is it anywhere near the lab? Like Herzog doesn't know where Owen's lab is, but
I think you can infer that Owen's lab has something to do with the college, Maryland University, which is, a couple miles from here as well, but this is in the other direction. So
okay.
I'd say 4 miles from the college, 4 or 5 miles from the college, give or take. So, yeah, so it's a little bit in the other direction, but not so far away that it is way out of your way. Owen does text as they're getting ready to go and says, yes, you finish up with whatever you're doing for the child Rachel. There is certainly no rush. We are just scouting.
It just thumbs
Elizabeth just texts reconnaissance,
Little squiggle.
and there's like a sparkle emoji.
So and then Owen tries to do the fellow kids thing, and he puts an emoji of a steak, and then says out.
I kind of love that. He's trying, and I think he's getting better.
up. In the school, like Jason laughs, but he does not reply to the text.
Looks to Herzog. Owen never knows about that laugh.
Never.
Don't you tell him I laughed.
We do not.
The only thing he
him-
sees is like a snort from Christina, and then just no response.
I think we all laugh and then just don't actually respond.
All right. So first off, let's figure out the plan for Herzog and Andrews. Are you going to go check out Rachel's house first, or are you going to go meet up with Owen?
It's a lab.
Yeah. We're going to Herzog's lab to get some equipment and a painkiller
Yes, that
first.
first. But
Yeah.
which one are you kind of planning on?
So Jason's gonna go. They said there wasn't a rush on their end, and we do have time travel. And since Owen never asked for the watch he gave me back, I am technically currently equipped to time travel right now.
Really?
Shing.
You get to show him. He's like, can I touch?
Yeah.
Grabby hands.
Oh, Owen. Oh, one of the few pleasures in Owen's entire life is when he gets to lecture somebody. And as much as I like to poke that idiot, I'm not going to deny him a chance to lecture you, because that's going to be the most comedic value I have experienced in the last month.
So I have a question for you, Jason. In your experience with all of this, do you find that more of these anomalies happen when you are alone or in a group?
Jason's just like leans back in a chair and just goes, when was the last time I was alone?
In the void.
In the okay, yeah, it probably was in the void. Okay, so by that definition, technically, more anomalies happen when I'm alone because I'm alone in the void, and that's just all anomalies. But to actually answer your question, we just like detect them and then respond to them. So neither.
Well, you have been in this longer than I have, so whichever you think would be better between Rachel and Owen's lead. I was
no.
merely curious that which one would have more information to research and analyze. But if there isn't any difference, it's entirely up to you.
No. This is great. See, we can do that. Time travel. We can go do the Rachel stuff, and then we'll still be perfectly on time to do the other stuff.
What I'm asking is whether we should go do the Rachel stuff alone.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I have a badge.
So while they're going to the lab, Herzog is going to be asking Jason all kinds of questions about like the headaches, how he feels, what happens
Like a
when he tries
doctor.
to do different things.
Is it a merit badge?
So it's not really medicine, but what I want you to try is best to be thought of as a stabilizer. I think part of the headaches and the other physical symptoms you have is simply from discontinuity and disagreements between where you are and what you are trying to do. And I'm hoping we can bring that more in a line and be less painful. It might, who knows? Are you willing to risk it?
Is this going to do anything to sever my connection to the void? Because that feels like a bad decision.
It shouldn't. If anything, the point I am trying to do is make the connection with less interference. I think the physical symptoms are just like a poor signal in the phone. I'm trying to remove the static.
Yeah, heck yeah, let's go. I can totally get a better connection to the void. That seems fine and definitely won't cause any problems. Flashes back to just like walking through the reality distortions, trying to get to Void Daddy.
Love that everyone's
So-
calling him Void Daddy.
So I ask again, are you okay with that?
It's not like things can get worse. Hit me up, Doc.
You should never say that.
Um,
Never again, Jason.
Never again. Well, before you guys do that, let's go back to Christina and Elizabeth. So, like I said, it's only, Owen obviously decides to take the van this time. He's like, not that I don't trust you, Christina, but could you be kind enough to watch the computers as I drive?
Fine.
Thank you. If you see anything, let me know. So one of the things that you notice, Christina, actually, let's have you roll investigate a mystery.
Oh.
Elizabeth, you're just hanging out there with Christina. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I'm in the back of the van.
You
Just
don't have like anything pulled up. I'm really unprepared right now. I'm so
I thought
sorry.
we can sit shotgun next to Owen.
I was gonna sit in the back. If there's a spinny chair, especially.
Yeah, there's.
I'm imagining
chairs.
a driving car and a spinny chair.
Whee! Well, actually, the chairs are in fact like secured to the ground. Owen did take
Still,
care of that.
I feel like the spitting and the driving would be an interesting sensation.
I
that
feel sick
Elizabeth would-
already.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
Mhm.
sick already. I get really bad motion sickness. I just can't.
Oh, zipping it then.
That's good. All right, Christina, what you get?
Okay. I'm old school.
Get them dice.
This is like a 5.
Oh God. Okay. So you can make right or left of anything. All that you notice is that the whatever anomaly that Owen saw is gone.
Cool.
That's all you say. That it's just kind of stopped. So you get to the house and it doesn't seem like police or anything are there yet. Which you'd think maybe if there was big problems that there would be. But the house, the door's wide open. And the lights are out.
Hmm.
Owen comes into the back of the van, parks it a little bit away, and he says, "Now, let's quickly look up who exactly it is that lives here, perhaps." Christina, you're at the computer.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I'm good. We're here. Hi. I went places. So, yeah, just does a quick little Google, see what you can find.
It is the home of an Iris Amhan.
Oh shit. That's what she says.
Elizabeth is going. She's already going. Like her face drops and she's like, "Oh no, what have I done?" And just is going already. You can probably shout at her, but
Owen's like, "Wait,
I'll get
don't
her.
touch anything."
Christina like goes after her.
Owen's like, "Oh dear God," and follows after them. So you, Elizabeth, do you want to investigate mystery, read a bad situation?
read about situation probably.
Okay,
Not that
go
it
for it.
matters for either of those because Elizabeth is a dummy.
Go ahead and roll, please.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I am in too much of a panic.
Yeah, so you rush in. The things that you notice. Yeah, so you go in and everything, it's a mess in there. There is, furniture is knocked over, and it's really sad because it seems to be a very nice, like modern looking home, like very clean and orderly, that kind of like, that black and white, very clean, the black suede couches, things like that. It's very orderly, but everything is knocked over. Some things are torn up. There are claw marks on the wall in a couple places. But you can't tell, like, you can tell something bad happened, but there is no sign of anything, not that way you can find. No sign of her, no sign of the creature, no sign of any rift, or how this ended. Christina, would you like to roll? Read
Yeah,
about
like getting in and seeing all that shit, just like, whoa. Okay. I'll do the same roll. Damn it, 6.
Nothing. Nothing.
Um,
What are you doing? Don't knock that over. Sorry, cat. All right.
Just like
Yeah.
she catches up
I
with
would like
Elizabeth and
to-
it's just kind of like, wow, some shit happened here.
I would like to use magic.
All right. What are you wanting to do?
I would like to observe another time. I want to see what happened here at the time of the anomaly spike. I'm gonna turn to Elizabeth or to Christy to be like, when did this happen?
How long it take us to get here?
It did happen while you guys were at dinner. So on your way back, I mean, it did take a while for you guys to get back, so it could have been any time between dinner time and when you guys got here. But all you know is by the time that you were getting here, everything had cooled off completely.
Like a couple
Okay.
hours, maybe, or less. Hour and a half.
Because we would have had a time when the alarm went off, right?
No, the alarm was on, or the computer was sending a warning. It was on, like it was an alarm that wasn't cleared. Like when you leave your alarm running because you forgot that it was on your phone. Your phone's in another room.
And Owen doesn't have like a log
phone
where it
alarm?
says when it started.
I love how
Yes,
he
he
does he have
did.
a thing that like sends his lab alarms to his phone, so if he's
No.
not there, he knows. I thought he was the
Currently-
smart guy.
Currently, he does not. He may have that after this, but he had it turned off probably for dinner.
Respectful man. Curse you.
He is. He's a gentleman.
All right, let's use magic. Nope. We are going to go ahead and
Ooh!
luck that.
Okay.
'Cause
All right.
I'm not failing that one.
Like I'm not fucking around here. So you managed to nail a period. From what you can tell, this anomaly did start about when you guys went to dinner. You get some visions, Elizabeth. The visions you get is number one, like it ends up being more like a prophecy as opposed to opening a window to another time.
Yeah, I
which is
imagine she's
interesting.
not got a good like. It's not like
Yeah,
a
she's
physical
got
thing
the
like normal.
dark
She's just
eyes.
like,
Yeah, she's got those dark eyes again.
oh, it's
Those come
affecting
back.
her magic now.
Yes.
I love it.
That's what do you think these sanity points are about exactly? So yeah, your eyes go black, and you see Owen turning off his phone, and then you see Iris unlocking her door, and you feel you see through the eyes of the amalgamate, and it's stalking her. You don't know how long it's been stalking her, but it has been for a bit. Like keeping an eye. It's not there to just needlessly attack her. So then the last thing you see in this vision is a black car. The door's wide open to the house, and you see a black car drive off with tinted dark windows.
I like to imagine every time the like black comes off, she just does the leaky black eyes again. And she turns to Christina and she's like, the amalgam was just watching her. I think someone took her.
Okay.
Owen's like,
Chris-
Owen's like, because he's there in the doorway.
He finally catches up.
I'm not as young as I used to know. He's been there. He's actually been investigating while he's waiting for you guys to figure out what's going on, investigating around, seeing if there's any damage around the door or any signs. And he's like, "Oh, took her. What do you mean?"
There was a car with tinted windows. And like Elizabeth pulls out her phone and is like, Jason, what kind of cars does the agency use?
At this point, you and Herzog are in the lab. He's getting you that medication he was talking about, and we'll have you roll for that in a second.
Okay, so Jason just replies back with the standard government issue car.
Does that match what I would have seen?
Ask him if they're normally black, I would say.
Are they normally black? Do they have tinted windows?
Yeah, seems right.
I like because I don't think Elizabeth gets mad often. I like to feel like things just vibrate around her. She's just like,
Yeah.
Do you know what the license plate was?
Yeah.
Hannah did not. No. You weren't exactly fully in control of what you saw. So no, you don't know the license plate number
Okay.
yet.
Christina wants to like go outside and look at the front of the house and see if there was any like security cameras or anything.
We will get back to that. It's time
Okay.
for Jason and Herzog. Jason, Herzog, you're in the lab. I guess Herzog, I would like you to do some weird rolls, like your weird science rolls, to see how successful this little thing of
Okay.
yours is.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you just wanted to do straight weird or weird science, because weird science is usually like creating a device that has those requirements that go with it.
I would say yes, weird science, because
Okay.
you are trying to make a medicine, a concoction, something like that to
Okay.
help Jason.
So with how does luck work exactly? Do I need to declare that before a roll, after a
After.
roll?
After a
Okay.
roll. Basically, you are using your luck. You get more bad stuff happen to you the lower your luck is.
Okay. Since I'm in my lab, I believe I get one forward.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. So that says 10 or more, you pick 2 requirements.
Okay.
Um,
So, number 1, if you're dealing with void time stuff, you will definitely need something of the void.
okay.
You'll need something. Void crystals would be the first bet, but do you still have any from the venture in the school? I don't
That
recall. I don't recall if Owen gave you any or.
I don't think Owen gave him anything.
Okay.
But because of his role as like is it the expert? I don't remember exactly what his. Yes, as in the expert playbook, he has preparedness, which I'd like to use to see if I just have what I need on hand.
Sure. How do you just roll for that or?
Yeah, I just roll plus sharp.
It's a fluff.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God, so floofy.
Ah.
Uh,
Hi.
that is a 9.
A
Um,
9, mixed success.
It says on a 9 you have it, but not here. It will take some time to get.
Well,
I
except you prepared this kind of in advance.
yeah.
So instead, I'm going to treat this kind of like the manipulate someone roll. What are you doing? Okay. Um, the manipulate someone roll where you can have it, but you have to do something right now to kind of
Okay.
prove it. So, or to prepare it.
Okay. And is that where the weird science came in? Was doing that or
I would say so, yes, because this
Okay.
is void related. It's not just some ibuprofen.
so the two requirements we have, it sounds like one of them has to be needs a rare and or weird material, which we covered.
Yes.
The other one, of course, has to be, and because I don't know how long it's been since they've talked. One of them is it takes a long time to get it working. I don't
It's
know how
been a
long
few weeks. It's been a few
weeks?
weeks since the incident at the school. Like I'd say 2 weeks.
Because we can either go with that and say that's the time, or we could also just go with it won't work exactly as you intended. I mean,
Mm. Yeah, let's go with that. Or maybe it takes a bit to kick in. If you want to do a bit of column A and column B.
okay. Yeah, I think I think he essentially just made you magic ibuprofen.
Nice.
It's gonna take a while to cook in. I mean, cook in.
And I
Kick
think
in.
that's probably what took a while is he was actually researching, created the compound, and he's legitimately just gonna hand you a little blank prescription bottle of tablets.
So the rare material, I would like you to roll weird for as well.
Would my lab apply or no? Because I do have a mystic library.
yes and no. It's one of the reasons you're able to get it in the first place, I would
Okay.
say. Because unless you were able to go to the dead timeline and harvest your own void crystals, like
Okay.
the void is very hard to make into something physical like
Okay.
that. So because of your mystic library, because of your preparedness, because of your roles that you've made up to this point, you are able to do something, but you still have
Okay.
consequences for doing that.
And when getting caught up, we had mentioned how like there might have been a rift opened while he was working. I'm
Oh,
wondering
absolutely. I
if that
think talking
this was
about
costed.
part of
Um,
that and maybe the getting your phone to be weirdness.
So that's another 9 for the weird roll.
Okay, you do take a point of sanity damage.
Okay.
I will say, but you get everything you need.
I'm sorry,
so-
I'm asking a lot of questions about
No
mechanics because
worries.
I'm still hazy on this. I still have written down 1 point temporary sanity damage. Would that
That goes away, yeah.
that's begun? Okay,
This one's a permanent sanity though.
cool.
So what you managed to do, Herzog, is that you managed to take the void, because normally what void crystals are, and I don't know if this is something you asked over dinner or something like that, because you have seen them and have seen them in action, is it's basically crystallized, the void's crystallized stomach acids as it's devouring or digesting this dead timeline. And it has like strong time energies that can be very dangerous, but that's why the amalgamates are very attracted to it. It's one of the few things that they recognize as their own because it is from their timeline and they have a natural need to protect what they have, the very little things they have left of themselves, of their time. They are pure instinct when it comes to that. So that's why the void crystals are so effective against luring them. However, what you've managed to do, because you have no access to a dead timeline, you don't even know where it is, or how to get there, is you managed to take the void itself and wound it and take its blood, if that makes sense, because the void itself is a living entity in a way. All of it is alive, surrounding you everywhere. It's a living mass. That's why it's able to self-heal, self-regulate, and it responds to the wills of the people that are within it, the people who are time traveling. It has responded to the original Owen's will, which is how there became an alpha timeline in the first place.
Okay.
So yes, it's a living entity. So you manage to somehow bleed it and take its blood and turn it into a crystalline form.
I'm leeches.
Okay.
I'm leeches.
So mechanics wise, I'm not quite sure how it works. His intent was again to try pseudo device, but I imagine making it more will take some time.
Yes, I imagine this is a test.
Yeah, and he wanted to make something he could give to Jason to help with the pain, but he thinks theoretically Elizabeth might be able to use. He doesn't really know much about what Elizabeth can do.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this would just give him like
Let's
one
chat.
forward.
I think this only gave you a little bit. Like,
okay,
it is going to take you a lot longer to make a distilling process, but
I
you know
have the
how
process.
Yeah, so you know how with medicines, typically you do have chemicals in a crystalline form that they crush up, and that's what you manage to do is make a crystalline void.
Okay.
And it looks different. Like you were able to recognize that this looks different from the time crystals that you saw Owen use.
Okay.
It doesn't glow properly. It's more of an oily kind of stone. As opposed to a shiny crystal.
Okay. So okay.
If that makes
Would I
sense.
have got like 3 doses? Or like, because I don't know. That's how my brain is trying to divide it up. Is just give
I
Jason
imagine
one now
like
to see if it
if
works.
you got a crystal, I imagine if you got a crystal, like you could crush it up and do it in multiple pills. So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So how many that is, you can decide, but it's not going to be many. It's not
Okay.
going to last Jason for more than I'd say like a 14-day supply or.
Okay.
like a trial period supply.
So like 20 minutes of rolling and technical talk later. He's still
It's
holding.
totally fine. This is the interesting stuff.
He's holding it. There's just 3 of those pills that are doing like that have that like black oily look. It's like, now, Jason, I only have 3. It's a moment. I'm working on process to do more. It takes time. You can try one now. It will probably take some time to kick in. If it works the way I think it does, if you take these half an hour before you think you're going to be really needing your powers, it should help.
That certainly sounds like a time to take it now if we're
Neat. Donk, donk. Pop one immediately into my mouth. Just like look at it and just go.
What does it taste
Professor, if someone had magic and had like void running out of their eyes, would this help them too?
We would need to define help. I don't know. I didn't make it with that in mind.
If we have to define help, do we need to have had a conversation before I put this in my mouth?
I thought we did.
Okay.
They discussed your stuff, not my stuff.
Oh, that's right.
He was trying to ask that. I could see him asking in terms that you're like, sure. But
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I thought we did have that conversation. That's why I was asking before I gave you the pills,
Oh,
Jason.
oh no. Halfway through that conversation, like Jason's eyes definitely like glazed over at some point. Just like, I
Yes.
don't know what's going on.
exactly.
Yeah, so Jason's
It
just
should
like,
strengthen their connection to the void, streamline it, less interference, less side effects. In terms of them leaking void from their eyes, I don't know if that would make that worse or what, but we would have to try. By the way, what does it taste like and how do you feel?
It
black licorice dipped in chili powder.
Love Herzog.
And I feel like I need more booze. Let's go hit up a store.
Don't mix with more alcohol. We need to see what it does on its own. I'm sorry.
Jason's just like stone faced, just like, no.
I mean,
Let's go.
you can, but it's up to you. You're the one who took the pill.
Is it really important?
I don't know. It's usually very important for medicine. I didn't test how it would react with ethanol, and I certainly haven't tested how it reacts with ethanol in the human body. So this could be the first experiment.
He just like plugs the wine bottle and says, put this in your backpack.
Okay.
Let's go to freaking Rachel's house. And just like kicks a stool on his way out.
Ekanor asks, if void leaks out of your eyes, can you even make it worse?
Yes.
There could be more.
Don't
there
we
could be
want
less.
You have more than one orifice. Let's put it that way.
I was kind of thinking like projectile vomiting of
Ears.
void.
Oh God! Suddenly
Oh,
it's
this is
Hair
exorcist.
follicles.
So with that, we
Oh,
are
it's your
going
hair
to
dye.
go on break. I think we've been going for 2 hours, and I'd say, yeah, break time.
Get your snacks.
Woohoo.
Okay. So, Christina, you were looking for security cameras
Yeah.
around the house.
We're gonna find a license plate on that car.
Okay. I would like you to roll investigate a mystery.
I want a good roll today. I really do.
We fail this one. I propose we use a
You're on a
d6.
roll.
Okay, so that's a 14.
There
Hot
we
damn.
go.
Okay, that makes up for it.
Okay.
We're fine.
We are
Car.
serious now.
But think of all the experience Christina's been getting. Like,
I'm one away from
It's
leveling
true.
up again.
Speaking of experience, I do want to say she's absolutely seen a situation like this before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So that's like one of the moves I got. So
Excellent.
things I've seen when an encounter a creature or phenomenon, you declare it you've seen it before. You already know what it is though, and then you get to tell me one useful fact and one danger to look out for.
Okay. So, one useful fact. All right. So you've seen this before. The car does look like especially with the confirmation from Jason. Yes, you're pretty damn sure this is government bullshit. You're pretty damn sure at this point. You one danger to look out for is that they would also be aware that there are security cameras. So, especially if they're professionals, they would be aware. That's the danger, I would say, with this particular what you're trying to do currently.
I don't know. The Joneses were looming on a roof.
Current lead.
Who said it
They
was the
kidnapped her kid in
Joneses?
the middle of the day. Like,
Who said it was the Joneses? Like
Sure.
they
I didn't. I was
they're selectively good.
okay,
guess.
it might be a dead end. Let's see if it leads to anything, though.
Okay, investigate a mystery. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What is being concealed here?
Ooh, can see.
Ask 2.
I get 2. Ooh. Well, I definitely want to know where it went, or at least the general direction. I
Where
don't know
did
if that's
it
super
go?
helpful, but
Yeah. Okay.
and I like that last one. That's just a fun question.
What is being concealed here?
Yes.
Okay. So you're looking at the security cameras. Yes, you do see a couple around the house. Just like one of those in front of the door. The door
Mhm.
ring. That ring camera, they've managed to do better. Where if anyone comes up to the door, you've got that round camera looking at them. But you also you do realize that there's also security cameras on the street as well.
Okay.
Like there are street cameras. A lot of like neighborhoods have this, especially like more higher end modern places. It's fairly typical to have cameras,
Are we gonna Zootopia this?
something like that.
I'm so in.
One of the other things I would say with what is being concealed here, you see, as you are looking at these cameras and stuff, you do see footprints. There are footprints that you catch like on the lawn and things like that, or just like those dirt marks. You see 3 sets of human footprints. No, 4 sets. One, there are 2 heels and 2 like dress shoes. And then you do see the animal footprint, the weirdly animal footprints of the amalgamate.
Okay.
So you do have that information.
Okay. I'm gonna like point out that last bit to Owen because I don't know what to do with that. Maybe he'll have an idea. I don't think that's super useful though. I want to go back in the building and check and see if the door camera, if I can get a feed from that, and if that's like all not anything, I want to call Jason. I know that's a lot.
Okay. So one of the things is Owen does give you information like, oh yeah, you can tap into those through the car, through the van. We have equipment for that.
Cool.
So he kind of directs you to how to do that. It does require a little bit of setup, not as much as it used to back in the old days. We're not talking like National Treasure here, where they gotta the wire and hook onto it. It's like you just have to go through the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Things like that. So it does take a little bit of setup. The Ring camera, sure enough, like it does catch the car coming up, but you're not able to see its license plate.
Okay. Do
But
you have
then-
a fancy enhance button or not?
No, not
Enhance.
with the Ring.
Doing the movie.
Not with the Ring. But then sure enough, like it does seem like they whoever's in that car manages to take control of the camera and it turns off
Okay.
before they ever get out.
Okay.
And by the time that the camera comes back on at the door, the car's gone.
Okay.
The city, the other camera catches a bit more. It catches what you find, as opposed to actually seeing the amalgamate, what's odd about the cameras is that it appears as like a glitch, like a camera glitch. Like you see those lines through the camera, you get audio shifting, and these CCTV cameras, you get weird skipping, and like imagine, have you ever seen Marble Hornets? The old
Yes.
Slenderman stuff. Yeah, like that. So that's all you're able to see is like weird blurs, things like that. The camera itself doesn't seem to be able to catch the amalgamate. However, it does catch the vehicle. It does still have those weird glitches on the camera, however, tell you that amalgamate was still there when this car came up. You see the doors open in the car, and you see 3 people walk out. 2 men wearing suits, and a woman with large stilettos, and you catch a lock of red hair. That's all you're really able to tell with the weird glitching going on in the camera.
Okay.
She's clearly like well dressed in like a dress and things like that. What looks like to be a black dress, actually. And yes, red hair and stilettos. That's all the information you're really able to do to get on the camera. The last things you're able to see is it. The doors close and they drive off.
With the kidnapped girl?
Yes.
Okay.
You're not able to see too many details of her, but you can tell it's Iris. However, there's still static and weirdness going on. So the amalgamate was there the whole time.
That's weird. That's
They
weird.
ignored
I
it?
don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna tell Owen what I found. And Elizabeth, I'll just say it about Elizabeth, you're here too.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Owen's like, what do you mean they just ignored it?
I have a suspicion they have a way to work with or control that thing, because it wasn't going after them at all.
I mean, it's hard to say for certain. You cannot see it on the camera, which I actually didn't
They
know that
looked-
was a thing, but
They weren't panicking. They weren't doing anything other than what they probably came here to do.
if they saw the amalgamate could have just been watching them.
That's still weird.
Yes, I did.
Really
I didn't say it was weird, but I'm not going to jump through like, oh, the government has a control over the
Listen,
amalgamates.
the shit I've seen, I would not be surprised.
You make a fair point.
Wouldn't they sent Jason to investigate you? But if they didn't react to the amalgamates, why would they send Jason if they already know about them?
And it's also the question of
Extra
like, is
secret
this
government. Extra secret.
yeah, there's also the question of if this is, Jason's group or something else. It does seem to be the shady government vehicle. Why do they make it so like the movies? I do not know. But while it does seem to be a shady government vehicle, we have no idea to know for sure. Could be some sort of I don't know, some gang, some mob.
We could follow them on the city traffic cameras. We know it worked here. Just go down a block, find another one, just keep finding them. It'll take a while, but
Yes, or consider. We could go back in time and find that license plate and try to track it from there.
or just follow them.
I feel like this is something that we should discuss with Jason and Herzog when they get back. But
I'm gonna call him
Okay. You're just like right now.
right now.
Okay, so actually it does take you a while to do this,
Yeah.
Christina. So let's go back to Jason and Herzog. So you guys go to Rachel's house. Rachel's house, as you get there, there is something weird. There is a moving sign there. And the house seems abandoned.
Oh, that's weird. Jason's just gonna like hop out of the car and walk up and just trying to like basically he's just gonna walk right to the front door and like look around at windows, try to see if there's any way to guess how long it's been like this.
Go ahead, roll investigate a mystery. Herzog, are you helping with this or?
I mean, at first he's gonna get out and do kind of like that weird confused spin around where he's like, what? I don't double check the address. And as Jason is just marching up to the door, Jason, are you? Oh yes, badge. Okay.
Now, is this investigate a mystery or read a bad situation?
Up to you, depending on what kind of questions you want answered.
Read a bad situation because I get to open that third eye and I get to do all sorts of great stuff.
Okay.
And I don't know if the meds would have kicked in yet.
No, not yet.
It was pretty close to the school, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close. I will say, Herzog, you do remember from looking at the information, she hasn't been transferred to another school system. So normally that's like the first thing you do when you move with a kid. It's like illegal not to.
All right, so I got a 9.
Mixed success.
Yeah. My third eye is open,
Okay.
so that's exciting.
So what question do you want? What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims? Like, these aren't as relevant as I would say investigate mystery would be.
It's true, but I'm going to go with, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Okay. Well, that makes sense with your third eye. So with your third eye, you still feel that you notice a lingering presence, kind of. So clearly, what you're able to gather from your third eye is that Rachel wasn't quite right. That whatever happened to Rachel, she wasn't right afterwards. Not after what happened to her, whatever that amalgamate did to her. She's kind of messed up. Best way to describe it is almost like a glitching. It is small enough that, of course, the system wouldn't pick up on it any more than it would, say, you and Owen yourselves. It's just one of that. It kind of just joins the background radiation of weirdness around the Maryland U. that's what you're able to gather. There is nothing else, but you are able to get a good sense of how long she's been gone, and it's fairly recent. You'd say it's within the last week.
I want to try the door handle.
It's locked.
Is there a key under the mat?
No.
Hey, Professor, look at that big blimp in the sky.
You're muted.
Wrong thing. Oh, are we doing another thing that's illegal? That's fine. Let me know if you need anything.
I want to kick in the door.
Okay. Kick some ass. Kick that door's ass.
I'm going to kick it so good.
Yeah. Roll.
No.
The door kicks your ass. At that point, you hear a boop.
We should go. We should go. We should go. We should go.
Is that an alarm? Is that what that is?
Almost certainly.
Nope, that was the police.
Oh, they're right there. Oh, that's
No, they
fine.
were just sitting there in the neighborhood, just.
Oh, that's great.
We parked right behind.
Oh,
No, they're just a little bit further ways off. They just flash their lights, and the police officer just gets out and comes strolling. He's like, "Okay, either you're the stupidest burglar I've ever seen, or something's going on here."
badge. Just immediately just badge.
All right, that figures. So we just have had other burglaries in the area, especially with people who have just moved out, obviously.
Have there been a lot of people just moving out of this area recently?
Not as much. We have a house over that way and that way, but we have had a lot of break-ins.
That makes
what
sense.
kind of
Anyone try to
things were
break into
taken?
this house?
Yeah, that's why I'm keeping an eye on it.
Excuse me, officer. What kind of things were taken?
That's confidential information.
Officer.
Badge. They haven't given me my badge yet. I apologize.
We have suspected domestic terrorists here, sir. I need you to tell us what you know.
From what we can tell, nothing was taken. Not from the house, which was really weird because clearly it's been broken into.
Nothing was taken from any of the houses.
We've only really had this house been broken into. The other one was some stupid kids. Yeah, there was stuff taken there. There was like a television.
Makes sense.
They tried to strip the copper wire in. It was a whole mess.
All right. Do you have any description of the people that tried to break in here? Anything like that?
Now here's the real weird thing: is on the security cams on the street. There was a lot of like graphical errors and stuff. We weren't able to get a lot of details. What we could tell, they were wearing black, but there was a lot of graphical problems.
Interesting. All right. Thank you for your help, officer. I apologize.
Sorry, I couldn't be more help. But
No, you're good. I'm sorry that we didn't get the cross department communication worked out. This doesn't seem like it's exactly what we're expecting, what I was expecting. We're gonna head back.
We don't
Some
want the
associates
officer
of
to
mine.
kick in the door.
No, I think we got what we need here. Some associates from my agency, Agents Jones and Jones, will probably swing by to check this place out a little bit more thoroughly later on.
oh yeah, Jones. I've talked to them a little bit.
Yeah. So, good. That's great. I want to read his name off of his ID badge.
It's his name is Mr. Officer Phillip.
Okay.
So it's Dean Phillips.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
You've been very helpful. Could I get your badge number?
I need to
please,
write
so you
that
could let
down
your
because I
superior
will-
know just how helpful you have been.
Yeah.
Sure. It's Dean Phillips. My badge number is XXXXXX, you know.
7.
Thank you.
Thank you, Officer Phillips. Like I said, the Joneses will probably be swinging by just to follow up, maybe do a little bit more proper look
Now,
through the house. But
I know that I can't really ask as many questions because it's above my head, but listen, there's seems to be a lot of you special agents around between you and the Joneses, and are you German?
Oh, don't mind me.
he's a professor.
I thought you said he was getting his badge.
Yes, then I will be an agent.
Yeah.
Oh.
Agents
But
can
now
be
I am a
professors.
Right. So, let's just say that, you know, us at the police, we have known that there's been a lot of weird stuff going on. There has been other break-ins. We had a weird explosion at abandoned house on the bad side of town.
Oh yeah.
We
That is
had
very strange.
we've had weird break-ins. We have had missing persons, not necessarily in this neighborhood, but in other places. There was that incident with the gas at the school.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was really weird. White reports about a white van being in places it shouldn't be.
Yeah, there's a lot of suspicious goings on right now. Officer, I'm going to tell you what, and I'm going to pull out a business card that's got my personal just cell phone number on it.
Mhm.
I'm going to hand that to him. Just like, I want things to go real smooth between us, between our agency and local PD. If you're going to be the person that's keeping an eye on things around here, which I appreciate immensely, anything weird, anything out of place, anything that just sets your teeth on edge, you give me a call day or night, and we will be there as quick as we can.
Afraid that might be a lot of things, especially lately. I'll try not to talk your ear off.
You know, if you don't think it's just an emergency, just shoot me a text with what's going on.
Sure thing.
Appreciate you, officer. You have a good night.
Oh, especially if you get the names of any other agents that are working here, because, you know, that way we aren't repeating going to scenes. They went there and we went there, and, you know, it saves much time. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll see what I can do.
appreciate you. So once we get back in the car, I am going to call the Joneses and just be like,
At that moment, you get a call from Christina
oh,
as you are dialing up the Joneses.
hello.
Hey, so okay, I found some shit, and I need you here like ASAP because I don't know what to do with this information.
I put it on speaker and just like hold it out.
Yeah, so okay, so I was like looking into some cameras and I found the people that like came in and kidnapped the girl that was here, and there was an amalgam here that was causing some like weird graphical things and shit, and they like didn't do anything about it, which is really weird. And it's one of your cars.
And you hear Owen's voice in the back. It's like, we don't know for certain it was government.
It's one of your cars.
It's not. That's not proven.
Is Elizabeth there?
Yeah.
Did it look like the Joneses?
There's
No.
2 guys and a woman.
But it didn't look like the Joneses?
It was hard to tell. It was obviously 2 men dressed in black. But there was a woman, as they said, and if I recall, the Joneses aren't working with a woman partner.
Well,
Just get here.
Are those weird sounds just you, or are you having like some void attack, or?
That's just Jason. Yes. This is Herzog, by the way.
Hi, Herzog.
Hello.
Okay.
We have meetings on Tuesdays.
okay. Okay. Where are y'all?
Give him the address.
Mm-hmm.
I show that to Herzog to be like, fast, please. All right, we're on our way right now, and yeah, I need to make a couple calls. But yeah, we're on our way.
Okay, thanks.
So now I'm not going to call the Joneses.
Nope.
No, I am. I am going to call the Joneses.
Okay.
Let's play this hand out.
Okay. So you call the Joneses, and of course, Agent Jones answers. He's like, "This is Agent Jones."
Hey, Jonesy, it's Jason. Hey, y'all wanted to be kept looped in on things. There's something
course.
real hinky going on, and I give him the address for Rachel's house.
Yes. That was one of the students that was involved in the high school gas leak, correct?
Yes. Nothing. Her registered address and everything have not changed. She hasn't been re-registered at another school district or anything. She hasn't been transferred. That house is abandoned, and there's a officer watching it.
We are aware that there have been a number of weird break-ins. We have talked to the police. That's one of the things that we have worked with closely on these strange things happening in the town. And honestly, something that we're surprised that you haven't used as a resource so far in your investigations, Agent Andrews.
Well, no one told me there were other agents in town until the other day, Jonesy.
I'm just pointing out something that you could have used ahead of time. It's just constructive criticism, sir.
Anyway, I need you two to go back to that house and top to bottom. I need to know everything about it. Goodbye. We need to go faster.
Okay. Yes, faster.
So now I'm going to like reiterate, Joneses are probably bad. That's my new suspicion. Joneses are probably bad.
What's the Joneses?
The Agent Jones and Agent Jones. Elizabeth and I had to go back in time and fool them into thinking that we weren't there and doing time stuff. And I may have outright lied to them and to V, but it's fine. It's fine. Do I have a file picture of who V is? Director V?
You could probably look it up, yes.
I'm going to do that real fast because, okay, have I met her in person?
I would say yes. You probably saw her in passing, although the other director was more in charge
of me,
of
right.
you. It's
Does
kind
she
of odd
match-
to you that he really hasn't been, that he's been completely hands off on this case, but
Does she match the description of the person we're looking for?
she, from what you remember, she had she would dress pretty professionally. She would wear high heels, correct? She
Sure.
had kind of one of those really, really short hairstyles. I would say like half pixie, but like half like buzzed on one side. And she did tend to change its color. I wouldn't say all the time, but typically she would keep it professional. She wouldn't do like funky colors, but she would do. You remember when you saw her, she was blonde, but then another time she had brown hair. Another time she went more auburn, and another time she had red hair. She kind of popped back and forth.
But like when I saw the image of the lady, like it did not immediately go like, oh, that's Director V.
I mean, yes. You at the time she was more like assistant to the director. You thought she was maybe like a secretary and things like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. When I saw the lady in the void, like when I saw that
in the void, no,
stiletto lady. This isn't that lady. Like they're not the same person, right? And I just haven't made this connection yet. Like Matt hasn't made this connection yet.
She had a hood up, right?
Yeah, it was hard to tell the details of whoever the woman was in the void, but it's not like it immediately is like, oh, that's Director V. Dun,
Okay.
dun, dun.
Cool,
No.
cool. Okay. I didn't know. I had not made the player connection yet to know if Jason's made the character connection to be suspicious of her. And I don't think he has. So, all right. We're
Don't
there,
you
but not
worry.
yet.
Matt is figuring some shit out, maybe.
Elizabeth has a thing to say to you.
Awesome, I love it. Then the next call Jason's gonna make. Matt's not making phone calls. He's on a professional show. Jason's going to call Director V.
Director V answers, and it's like, hello, Agent Andrews. Is there anything you need?
I confirm agent count in the city myself plus Jones's, so only 2 official vehicles.
Yes, correct.
Could I get the Joneses license tag number for removal from suspect pool for police cooperation?
Very well. I will have that sent to you via quick fax here.
Thank
or
you.
Fax text.
Thank you, Director.
And that's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Very well. Please get me whatever is going on with the police. Please send me a file on that.
As soon as it's resolved, I will have all the details to you.
Thank you, Agent Anders.
Yes, ma'am. Good night. Beep. Okay, so this is not going to be a fun conversation, Herzog. This is probably
Between
gonna be-
you and me, or
Oh no, when we get there. Hey, so yeah, Christina's daughter was kidnapped by parts of our organization. This is a touchy subject, understandably. So just maybe brace for that.
okay.
I
By the
assume
way,
I'm
if
going
we
to get like
get
an
pulled over,
email.
will your badge get us out of that? Or
Yeah,
do I need to go
you
to
do
speed
get
limit?
basically a PDF of like
Okay.
it's not just the license, but a photo of the license, details of the vehicle, registration, things like that.
Awesome. Perfect. As soon as I get that, I'm going to then I'm going to download it so that there's no direct trace off of this email. I'm going to download it and then shoot that into our group chat. Just like Jones's car. Boop.
All right. What do you guys do with that?
Don't know the license of the other car yet, so
But there's the model and make number and things as well.
yeah. Oh, that's true.
I guess we could look up what that looks
Let's
like.
look up this car. Let's see if it's a similar car at least.
So you look up the model number of the car. It does look very similar.
Christina just like shoves it in Owen's face.
Owen's like, yes, this is Are you saying that the government agency kidnapped one of the professors of the college?
Yes.
Excellent. Then we have larger issues to deal with. Great. So he's waiting outside the van because he knows that Christina's gonna go on a rampage here. It's just standing outside at as Jason and Herzog, you guys pull up. And he's like, now here's a funny question. Do any of you smoke?
No.
Not always.
That's
Not on purpose.
Well, because I've never thought of a time that I would say this, but I would really like to.
Christina like pulls out a vape.
Just to clarify, you mean cigarette?
Yes.
Oh, we definitely
hey!
stopped at a liquor
Thank you so
store.
much for the raid. That was from Nymeria Streams. Thank you so much. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy. Okay.
We definitely stopped at a liquor store along the way, so I'm going to hand Christina her favorite vodka and just slide another bottle of whiskey into my jacket whiskey pocket.
She's very grateful. Takes a big swig. Like, I'm gonna be vomiting tonight, so let's figure this out before then.
So
Elizabeth wants to motion at Jason for a second.
yeah, what's up? What's up? Chaos Twin, what's up?
That, and I want to keep this real quiet. That woman you talked to on the phone when we time traveled.
Uh-huh.
they didn't respond to the amalgamates. Do you think someone, a woman, could be involved?
I'm getting a bit suspicious of the people on my end, and
Can we look into if you guys, like, I don't, maybe they'd have to be super classified. I don't know how it works for you, but like, they didn't respond to it, and it was there, and it was just watching her.
okay. Let's keep an eye on that. Hey, Owen,
Yes.
are we about to time jump?
That was what I was.
This is a jump to the left.
Jump to the left, slide to the right.
Anyway.
So this is what I would. This is my concern. According to my experiences in the past, this could be a very significant event, and especially with working with amalgamates and things like that. We need to proceed with caution. I do not know if we can rescue Iris, but we can at least look for more information.
Yes. Question. So we cannot change the major event, but we can go gather all the information we need. Yeah.
That's what I'm referring to. Yes.
Okay. I would also like to add, since Jason, are you thinking the Joneses are involved at all? That's a
Potentially
bit
did.
of what I built this phone for.
Yeah. So I give you the Joneses number.
So when we jump back in time, if we think it's them, I can try calling and listening in to see what's happening around them, and maybe we'll know.
I like it. Dude, can we try that? You tried that already, right?
Oh, I've done it before, yes. Would you like me to try it now with the Joneses?
Yes. Yes, I would.
So to clarify, what I was thinking of for the phone is something where like
Yes.
he can kind of call, like he can call a number, but instead of it actually calling them, he just kind of gets sensory input from what's happening around the phone.
Okay.
So he kind of taps into a phone and turns into it a remote listening device.
That is so cool.
That's cool.
Interesting.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know where the dimensional time stuff comes into play, how far he can go, but yeah.
I would say it's fairly linear. So if you say call it at this moment, you can listen to it at this moment. If you travel back in time, it would be them at that moment. So you would have
Ooh.
this delay. Whether you want to use that to your advantage or not, or just find out what they're doing right now. That's up to you.
I will punch in their number and then hit the special sequence that makes it do the listening call.
So when you do that, I think everyone roll weird.
Everyone.
And because of my exceptional success while making the device, I do have +1 ongoing whenever I use it.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Does
So
that
you
just
know
count as
exactly.
one forward or what?
No, I would say that you get a +1 to whatever when you
Really?
involve the phone.
So what does one forward do?
One forward usually gives it to the next person.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I just roll mine and we'll add 1.
Yes. Well, that's what I'll say how we do this is that because you know what you're doing, the weird won't affect you as weirdly as
So then
much.
that's a total of 10.
Excellent. Raven does say we have 4 d6s.
Nope, this is better.
Yeah, I'm gonna level up from this.
Okay. Remember, we do have 2 episodes left after this, so. All right. So this is the situation. We got 10 from Clark.
Yep.
9 from Christina.
And some failures
From the others.
Oh God.
from the chaos duo.
I am so
Yep.
sorry. All right, so this is the situation. All right, Herzog, you're totally unaffected, like nothing happens. Let's go to the chaos duo. Both of you see like from your image, it's as if like this black cloud just expands from the phone, just like of like a nebula, just this black cloud, and it's just like warping your perception of where the phone is, where Herzog's hand is, everything.
like,
It's this
exchange looks with
like a black
Jason.
storm cloud. It reminds you, Jason, of the weird reality bullshit that you saw when you were approaching the nest of the elder god within the void. So,
Huh.
Void Daddy.
void
Hey,
daddy.
your phone's weird, Professor.
Yes, that is the point.
I don't know that you intended it to be this weird.
But yeah, you see like tentacles, like tendrils coming out of this weird cloud. You see, I would say take 1 point of temporary sanity damage, both of you.
I'm sorry, guys,
Samantha,
but this is still awesome. Like,
Oh no, this is
Oh, I'm
great.
chill.
Yeah, this is
We're,
awesome.
we're already insane. Both, like, the two of us, insane.
Christina,
My sanity doesn't ever go above 4 permanently.
Christina, you just get out like that horrible icky feeling as he uses it. You just get that I don't want to be here, kind of feeling. When like you're in a bad place or you just know something's wrong. That's the
Man.
feeling you get when he does that. I don't know if you're still in the van and they're outside of it when he uses it, but that's what the feeling you get. Owen,
speaker.
yeah. Owen is mostly unfazed. He just kind of looks at it. He's like, "Huh. Could have sworn there was a odd feeling when you did that." Anyways, so
If I hear Owen say that, I'm just gonna like look at Elizabeth and just go, "No shit, Sherlock."
You see the nebula cloud?
Those tentacles, right?
I just want a high five right now. Yeah.
We are fucked up.
It makes perfect sense. The two sensitives are the ones that are like, oh.
This barely moves my needle anymore. Like it's bad, but
So-
not that bad.
the Joneses, they're talking. This is what you're hearing. So should we get pizza or I don't know. I've never been in a situation like this. Do we just sit here, order pizza? I don't want someone with pizza come in here. Pizza, though. How hungry are you? I'm sorry, I haven't eaten since breakfast. It's been kind of a long day. We went to the airport, then everything else. It's just, yeah, I just forgot. I mean, I guess if one of us wants to go and pick up pizza or go get Wendy's, it's like, yeah, I could do that. Should we get an extra something for? I don't know, man. All right. I'll go do that, I guess. And you hear just the agent leave. You hear car noises. All of that. Looks like whatever useful information, it's gone for now.
All right, so look, I didn't see anybody vent. I didn't find a body or anything, but Jonesy's sus as hell. He's just been like hanging around electrical, and it's not our guy.
Honestly, I'm on conspiracy theories at this point, according to Owen, and I believe you.
Who's with them?
So they didn't mention anybody when we talked on the phone a little bit ago.
Oh, they
I
didn't.
say we go back in time and follow the car.
And I apologize.
Maybe
I
not in
haven't
the
quite
van.
Figured out
Not
how
in the
to
van.
ask
We could take
people
my car.
questions this way.
What was that, Herzog?
Oh, I haven't figured out how to ask people questions this way. It is theoretically possible, I believe, that when I call it the number, I can even ask implant questions to try and get them to talk. I don't know. I'm experimenting. It's very interesting.
What year did Inception come out?
It's
I actually
happened.
haven't seen it.
Jason-
It was a while ago. It was like
Yeah.
10 years ago. It has to be.
Like, if it wasn't before 2010, Elizabeth can't make that joke. Oh well.
I have to look it up now.
And that's just him ranting on science, being like, I think I have a way that maybe in the
2010
future I can
was
try and
exactly
answer
when
questions.
Inception came out.
Oh, it's definitely in my brain then.
Oh yeah.
Like
So,
Inception?
and Jason just goes, "Bwah."
Maybe.
So
Oh, and it's like, and you guys make fun of me for being a nerd.
You are a
Anyway,
nerd,
it's time
Owen.
travel. This
They're
would be
fun
interesting.
nerds. That's the difference.
everybody saw Inception. How is that nerdy?
It's old movies
Time.
now. All right, so you guys prepare to time travel, and that's where we will stop for today, actually.
Oh.
Wah.
Next episode will be the penultimate.
Oh, it's getting all real.
So good.
Mhm. All right, so we're gonna go around and we're gonna say our favorite moments, where we can find you next, things like that. And we're going to start backwards. So let's start with Hannah.
Oh man, I loved a lot of the character interactions in this. I love Herzog. Like, he's so fun and silly in just very interesting ways. I adored the Joneses talking about pizza. These goofs.
Just them and their private life a little bit, just like you can tell that there's like the one Jones that's just like, I kind of want to go to the mall, just buy video games. Like, we're on the job, you know.
How did you even get this job?
But we don't get the chance we don't take breaks. Everyone else gets 9 to 5. It's part of the law to take a break. So why can't I just go to Walmart for, he's the guy who buys like a whole bag of gumballs at Walmart, and other Agent Jones is just like, why do you need a whole bag of gumballs? And he's just like, I don't know, it's kind of
This way
craving
I don't
them.
have to go back for more. Like, you made such a stink. Now I don't have to.
Yeah. So like I was kind of craving them, and then while they're doing their rounds or sitting in their vehicle, like scoping out an area, you just hear pop. Pop. God damn it, Jones. Anyways.
I'm also very excited for the possibility of more Mad Elizabeth, because that could be fun.
Yes.
But where you can find me next, I will be back here on Raven Channel next Friday at the noon Mountain time slot again for Beyond the Wall, where I play Joe, who is a mechanic, and where we all take turns being Team Mom, and currently we're in space. So go check out that. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Hannah. All right, next, Matt.
Oh boy. I think my favorite part of this one was just like Jason is finally starting to catch on that things are not right. And it's just like, I feel like his unloading everything onto Herzog, just like, here's all the bullshit, is what's kind of tipped him to be just like, maybe there's some. Yeah. So him slowly figuring out that maybe the agency is not the trustworthy people is probably my favorite part of this one. You can find me on this channel again on Thursday nights. And the Star Wars RPG, I play Jai, who is literally the exact opposite of Jason. He is a sweet summer child, an amazing, wonderful muffin of happiness, who's just having to grow up and he hates it. You can find me on my Twitch channel, Fifth Draw Live, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings at 10 a.m. Currently doing a Pokemon Sword Nuzlocke, which is stressful and a lot of fun, but it's good. It's going good. And I
don't think
have
I've seen a Pokemon Sword and Shield Nuzlocke yet. That's cool.
It's rough, actually.
I can imagine. Ooh, there was some of the trainer battles that were rough in that game. So
if you do and you don't do a randomize for your starter, pick Score Bunny. You'll appreciate it in the end game. because boy, that kick rabbit can just shoot meteors at people. And I have a podcast called Hard Reboot, where me and two friends take a public domain property and give it a fresh coat of paint. And that's me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Matt. Next, let's go to Samantha.
Hello. Chaos Duo gives me life. I was really sad they were separated for a good chunk of this. And then as soon as they get back together, it's just like, and it's good.
Yes, that was awesome. I love you guys. All right.
One's a 20-year-old from 2010, and the other is a government agent.
You get your own
Two
sitcom.
brothers featuring two brothers.
Look what you did.
Oh, look what you made
Okay.
me. Okay.
Okay. I play music also. I am cute little folk girl, and I'm doing run fairs in Utah and Idaho. And you can find that out. My name for like everything is Mistress of Melody, and the of is really, really important. Really important.
Awesome. Feel free to once again drop that in chat if you want.
Okay.
Do it so people can lick. Click
If
the
you
link.
drop the link, they're less likely to go to that other place.
Don't go to the other one. Someone put it in for me. Here.
Don't lick anyone, please.
I mean, the other one you might be able to, but someone
No.
copy
no.
that.
No. Oh no. Oh no. Well, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh no. Okay. Thank you. And where I think you already said where you can find you. All right, let's go to Clark. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited to have you for the end game.
Thank you. It was great. Yeah. So I've been racking my brain trying to remember what it was, but there was just like this one-liner that Christina had that I think was during a back and forth with Owen that had me cracking up, and I don't remember what it was, but it was good. And I don't know, just in general, this is a great time. I'm enjoying how everybody is picking on Owen. So, and it's fun to be the foil, be like, see, Owen's boring and annoying. Herzog is fun and interesting.
Elizabeth, come to my lab and drink alcohol and do magic.
Yay!
You're not sure
Well,
how much
Owen's
he cares
like,
of you
"No, we're
as people or
responsible."
just experiments. You're not sure yet. You don't know him long.
That sounds so similar to Owen. I'm sorry.
But so yeah, you can find me at my website, crronson.com, or my new YouTube channel, which is The Magic Engineer. I will drop a link in chat. It's where I talk about all magic systems all the time, building them, crafting them, tweaking them. And yeah, so I'm working on posting there about once a month, and hopefully for the next 2 weeks, barring life issues, I will be here on Saturdays at noon.
I'm so excited. This will be really, really great. I'm really excited to reveal the end game. All right. With that, it seems like our raid cry is #VoidDaddy, and Raven will come in with who we're raiding and our sponsors.
Hello, yeah. So that was fantastic. Our raid cry, as mentioned, is Void Daddy. Feel free to copy that out of chat, and then yeah, before we do, I'm gonna go on that raid. I'm just gonna mention sponsors, which will appear in chat there as well. Fundamental RPG and Intrepid. Fundamental RPG is a fantastic D20 tabletop system that can run anything from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. It is also the system that we use for Animus. Animus Absentus, which is the game that will be on this channel in about 3 hours. So be sure to head back here and check that out. And if you want to pick up a copy of the game, you can do so at Amazon. There's a link there in chat, or at coffee.com/raven/shop, where you can get the PDF copy. At that same site, you can also find Intrepid, which is adventuring gear for real life. So if you like outdoor, casual, or athletic wear, or other really cool accessories with a tabletop theme, there's some cool stuff there to check out, and you can pick that stuff up at that website. We're going to go raid Milady Saito, who's fantastic just in general and does some really cool content. Definitely give her a follow if you're not doing so already. And then I will see you all in about 3 hours or so. Bye, everybody.